Welcome to the scripts tutorial of the VR real estate Google VR for cardboard. And in this tutorial, what we're going to do is check or explain how the different scripts work. So let's go to the folder scripts inside the real estate Google VR folder. And we'll start with the auto rotation. The auto rotation is used in the interactive map in the point when the user hits a picture to display, and the auto rotation is going to rotate the sphere in which the image is projected, as you can see here. Okay, so that's the first thing you have to know. Then the change VR mode, it's important to understand how it works. Let's open it really fast. So in fact, what we are doing, as you can see here, is loading the device. This means that the Google VR is being loaded from script. So what you have to have in your building settings and in your playing settings is that in the virtual device you have to have the none and the cardboard, because we're going to switch between one and the other whenever we are using the application. That's because we have a 2D scene and a 3D scene, and we need to change between one type of settings to another. Okay, so that is used on the VR scene, and in the initial menu you have the change VR mode disabled here, and in the VR scene you have the change VR mode enabled. So you have that two functions that are, or scripts, that what they are doing is changing the environment from VR to non-VR. Okay, the circle trigger, it's displaying in the cardboard touchless script or package, in which you have the readme here with the documentation, but in fact we're going just to say that the circle trigger, this script here, is used in the virtual reality scene when you, as you can see here, you are pointing into a button, and it's going to change or it's going to trigger different functions. So in fact it's like the loading bar that we use in the virtual reality world. Okay, then we have the destroy after time. Well, let's just, as the image was loaded, let's just show you how it works. So you go on top of a button here, and the loading bar appears. So that is controlled by the circle trigger script. And the destroy after time is just a script that destroys a game object after a certain time. This rotation, or easy rotate 2, is used in, let's go back to the main here. Okay, so it's used in the 2D scene when the player uses its finger to drag on the sphere. So as you can see here, what we are doing is changing the rotation of the camera. Okay, if we go to the 2D view, that is the one activated, and to the player, and in main camera, you will see how the camera is rotating in function of how the player moves its finger or clicks on the screen. So that is controlled by the easy rotation 2. Go to given, it's a function that is going to, whenever the player hits on the button here, it's going to move the camera, as you can see here, is going to move the camera from one point to another. Okay, so for example, if you want to return to the main entrance, you go ahead and you click again in the button here, and you will go, and the camera will move to the other point, to the other side. Okay, the links, mail and Facebook, that is badly written, but well, I will say Facebook, are used to generate the different links to the, as you can see here, to the Facebook web page. that's going to be open now, and to the mail. So that is just a script that allows you to go and check what is happening with the different links for the mail and the Facebook. The loading image. The loading image is, I would say that it's the most important script of this package, because it manages the loading of the image. As you can see here, what it does, first of all, is create a loading bar that is here, loading bar clone, as you can see, and it calls to the www function or URL and loads an image. And whenever the image is loaded, the loading bar also disappears. So that is managed with the loading bar, loading image, sorry, script. And the loading image from URL, it's similar, but it's used instead of in the 2D image in the VR scene. So there are like two functions that are doing this exactly the same thing. The loading bar here, what it does is changes the movement and the rotation of the loading bar. So whenever you have the loading bar here, in order to simulate that movement here of loading, it's controlled by the script. Looking at objective, it's just a script that allows an object to face the player. Quit if pressed is a script that quits the application when pressed. The scene transitions is used to change from one menu to another. So the scene transitions is in the scene manager and allows to go from one point to another of the different menus that we have on the game. And it starts with non-VR. It's just a script at the beginning that disables the VR settings and loads the game or loads the application without that. So that's all regarding the scripts. Please check our first video regarding how the application works, and thanks for watching.